What is good, yo? It's your boy Ty back here with another video, and in this video today, we're going to be talking about the moments of the month from March that are going to be put into NBA 2K22 MyTEAM. So, as most of you guys do know, on March 8th, we got an update with new February moments of the month, and then, we even... let's go back to the January moments of the month, which we did get at the beginning of February as well. So, on Tuesday, guys, expect to see the new moments of the month set, which is just basically grindable content, and you can grind to get each and every one of these moments cards. The last, obviously, moments of the month reward, the main reward was the Dark Matter John Morant. Go back to January, it was Devin Booker. So, 2K's went to the moments of the month kind of thing. Do I wish it would drop just moments players? I don't know. There's good and bad things about both of them. But in this video today, we're going to be highlighting some good NBA performances from this month, talking about some players who have played good as a whole in the month, and who we could probably see as an ultimate reward. So we're going to be talking about all that in this video today. Again, make sure you guys smash that subscribe button before we go any further. So the first guy we're going to talk about, it's a pool party, and it's about to be a pool party in NBA 2K22 MyTEAM. It's basically pick your game for Jordan Poole. I mean, he's got 20 points here. That's his low, but after that, everything is above 24. And the thing I want to highlight is the game against the Suns. It's not just the 38 points. We got 9 rebounds, 7 assists in that game, and that game alone is enough to make him a moments of the month card. I mean, could he ultimately be the reward we get? Yeah, he could be, because if you go and look at Jordan Poole's game log and just his monthly stats, I mean, he's averaging 25 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, and that's pretty good for Jordan Poole. So again, I don't know if I expect Jordan Poole to be that top card, but I definitely do expect to see him somewhere in the moments of the month kind of collection. The next guy we're going to talk about is Kyrie Irving. Look, even if he wouldn't have had this 60-point game right here against Orlando, okay, that's cool. He had a 50-point game against Charlotte on 19 shots, a 43-point game against Memphis on 27 shots. I mean, what more is there to say about Kyrie Irving? I mean, really, truly, what more do you guys want me to sit here and say? The dude has been absolutely incredible the entire month of March. If he was the ultimate reward, I wouldn't complain, man, at all. He has been absolutely hooping in the month of March, the entire month. Again, it's one of those things, Cat dropped 60 points, then literally a day or two after, Kyrie Irving did indeed get his 60 as well. So again, I wouldn't hate to see Kyrie Irving as that card. The card who I think the player who maybe has had the best month, I can't say card yet because he's not in the game. The player who maybe has had the best month is Jason Tatum. You look up and down Jason Tatum's stats. Let's start with this. The dude's shooting 54% from the field and 45% from the three-point line, 90% from the free throw line, 50, 40, 90. For Jason Tatum, and he's shattering those numbers, putting up 33.7 rebounds, 5 assists as well. It's just one of those things for Jason Tatum that the dude has been absolutely hooping the entirety of this month. I mean, let's just talk about some of the big games. 54 points against Brooklyn. That's a big-time game and a big-time performance from Jason Tatum. Comboing that up back-to-back going up against Charlotte with 44 points. I mean, are you kidding me, Jason Tatum? The entire month, the dude has just went absolutely insane. And, I mean, look, if he's the ultimate reward, I don't necessarily think he should be, because if you look at Jason Tatum, I mean, the last Jason Tatum card we had was a grindable card that was in the playoff push set. So, hopefully we actually get a Jason Tatum in packs. But, again, he's done enough that if he was the ultimate reward, I don't really care. Next guy I'm going to talk about here is Kevin Porter Jr. Let's just look at these last 2 games of March. I can't talk about the 27-point performance against Sacramento because it was on April 1st. But let's just talk about it, right? Against the Kings on March 30th, the dude had 30 points, combo that up with 12 rebounds and 12 assists. That is a triple-double from KPJ. The game before that against the Spurs, he's got 26, 9, and 7, nearly another triple-double. I mean, for KPJ, what is there to really talk about? The dude turned it on in the last 2 games at the end of March. And especially that game versus Sacramento, a 30-point triple-double. That is something very special for KPJ. He's not going to be the set reward because all month long he wasn't necessarily hooping that well. But I wouldn't be shocked, wouldn't be stunned at all if KPJ was, one of the better cards we get in the set. Another guy that has had a pretty good month is Trey Young. And for Trey Young, I think it's result-oriented more than anything. I mean, look at the results of the wins. I mean, you beat Golden State, you beat some bad teams in there, but you got basically your team back into the playoff hunt. You can't include the Brooklyn game, and obviously which Trey Young did go crazy. But let's just talk about this. 47 points against the Pacers, followed up by 46 points against the Trailblazers. The dude had 46 points, 12 assists, and 6 boards. And I mean, it's just a thing for Trey. You can pick the game, but the dude has been going crazy lately. And I wouldn't be surprised if he was, I'm not going to say he had a better month than Jason Tatum, but I wouldn't be surprised if they used him as maybe the player of the month. Just because normally they don't, drop that great of players, and I feel like Trey Young would maybe be the type of guy they go with. Saddiq Bey, do I need to say more? Not necessarily, the best. He's not going to get a dark matter or anything, but he could be a card we get for this game right here. 51 points on 27 shots, including 10 3-pointers. Now, outside of that game, he hasn't done too much, as you guys can see, but in that game against the Magic, the dude went absolutely ridiculous. Now I'm going to talk about Carl for a little bit here. Just because, here's the deal. He dropped 60 points on the San Antonio Spurs, including, what was it, I don't even know how many points he scored in the third quarter, but just a ridiculous amount of points in that third quarter. And here's the deal. When you look at Cat's game log here, I mean, what do I need to say? I mean, he only averaged 25 points during the month, but he'd have 11 rebounds. Pretty good from the field in general. It's just one of those things for Cat. Yes, he had the big game, and that's, what he would get the card for. 60 points, 17 rebounds is just absolutely ridiculous for Karl-Anthony Towns. Pascal Siakam, Spicy P, the Boston Celtics game in which he dropped 40 points and 13 boards against the Celtics. Followed it up with a triple-double against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Yeah, my team, yes, dropped the triple-double against us. Look, Spicy P, I don't know how many triple-doubles you've had this year, but hey, you had one against the Timberwolves, and it's a sad day. But here's the deal. Spicy P's played incredible this month. If we got him as the Moments of the Month reward, I wouldn't even hate it. I would not hate it at all. You look at the card. You look at the guy. He's played pretty well nearly all month long, averaging 26, 8, 5, including incredible splits from the field. So I think Pascal Siakam would be a fun card to have in my team, and hopefully they get him. Now, we've covered a lot of good cards, or a lot of good players in the NBA, not that many, okay players. Marketing, okay, and you guys might be like, Lauri, what? He had a decent game for Lauri, and I'm not sitting here saying Lauri Marketing is the next, top player in the game, but I'm saying this 31-point performance and 10 rebounds deserves a card for how good Lauri is. He even had 4 steals, which is just absolutely ridiculous. The dude played well in that game, and he's just one of those cards that they could include in the Moments of the Month set. Denny Avdia. I know I probably shredded the name there, but again, 21 points, 7 of 16 from the field, 10 boards. I mean, again, for him, that's a pretty solid game all the way around. Had a double-double against the Detroit Pistons. Now, Tyler Hero. I wasn't really, looking that in-depth for Tyler Hero, but you look at it, I mean, at the start of March, he played well. He had some big games, a couple 30-point games in the month of March against the Bucks. Played really, really well, including 6 threes against the Timberwolves as well. Had some pretty good games. Pick your poison really with Tyler Hero. Whatever 30-point game you want to give him, but he had some pretty good performances. Dillon Brooks in his first kind of month back with the Memphis Grizzlies. Let's just talk about how good Dillon Brooks and the Memphis Grizzlies have been. 30 points against the Phoenix Suns. And look, guys, the Memphis Grizzlies didn't have much in that game, and they still found a way to win. It's just one of those things for Dillon Brooks. I'm not sitting here trying to say Dillon Brooks has been that great in March or even had that great of a game because he took 28 shots. But it's just a matter of they won the game, and we haven't gotten that many good Dillon Brooks cards. Tyus Jones, 25 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds on pretty good shooting. Tyus Jones dropping 25 points is something you're not going to see very often. So I do think we could see him as a Moments of the Month card. Bones Highland, been pretty good all month long. I mean, again, 23 points, 13 shots. Just one of those things. Look, Bones Highland is another guy. That's not necessarily a big name, but I mean, if you click back on this Moments of the Month set that we got, there's a lot of cards in here that aren't necessarily the big names. And we need cards like that in my team, like Tyrese Halliburton. He went crazy the other night. I mean, you got guys like Wendell Carter Jr., Cam Johnson. So we need some of these guys that aren't necessarily the biggest names. Kristaps Porzingis, man. I don't even know where to start with him. He's pretty hit or miss in the NBA. But against the Magic, 35 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. That's deserving of a Moments of the Month card for KP. And if we get a KP that's free, it's going to be absolutely incredible. Emmanuel Quickley, the other night against the Miami Heat, dropped 23 points in 24 minutes. I mean, 6 of 12 for the field. Was really, really solid in that game. And for that game alone, got to put him in the running for getting a Moments of the Month card. Last but certainly not least, we're going to talk about RJ Barrett. I've never been that high on RJ Barrett, but it's undeniable in this month, outside of 3-point shooting, and obviously efficiency is a little bit down. But look at the pure numbers and look at some of the pure games. Against the Hornets, 30 points. Against the Hawks, he had 30 points and 13 rebounds. 30 points against the Sixers as well. 29 points against the Kings. He's had some big games, and it's undeniable. A dude that's averaging 25 points this month, I think he deserves another card. So those are just some of my predictions. I gave you 10, 11, 12 guys that I think we could possibly see. I want to know who you guys think we will see. Again, we'll probably see some of these guys that aren't necessarily the biggest names get some Moments of the Month cards, and I do think that's very fun. But I tried highlighting some of the top guys that I do think are going to get Moments of the Month cards. Again, it's hard really predicting because a lot of these guys, that do have, some good months or some good games probably won't get cards, whereas some of these guys that just have decent games for them will get some new cards. Because they got to get us some lower value cards and some new cards one way or another. But that's going to wrap it up for my video today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you are new, and as always, man, I love you guys, and have a blessed day.